Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Justin Powell, and I'm the Chief Legal Officer here at Isagenix. And I am so excited to share with you some legal disclaimers. Oh, now hold on guys, this stuff is important. So this applies to you wherever you are. Whether you're in the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, Mexico, South Korea, even down here. So I'd like to take a moment to share with you some important information. You are about to hear from some truly extraordinary people who have accomplished some truly extraordinary things. Most people who join, hold on guys, I know I said I wanted it big, but that's a little much. Can we just, it's better. Perfect. So most people who join Isagenix as an associate earn a very modest income of a little more than $200. And that's great. Based on industry surveys and our own data, most people who join do so primarily for the products and may earn a little supplemental income along the way. More detail on this can be found at isagenixearnings.com. Unlike most people, those you are about to hear from are generally among the top 1% of all associates. Some are even in the top 100 or top 10 of all time. They're the best of the best out of hundreds of thousands of people. So listen to what they have to say because they know what they're talking about. And also realize their results aren't typical. Most people won't achieve that same level of success, but success can mean different things to different people. So look inside yourself and decide today, what does success mean to you?
There are all kinds of artists. They inspire, they bring joy, and their work can change the world. And here at Isagenix, we're creating a different kind of art. Because to us, well-being is an artful blend of science and nature, of health and abundance, and of passion and an undying zest for life. People are our canvas. We are a global community on a mission to inspire, encourage, and live a healthier life. By bringing together some of the most talented artists in their field, we can find simple ways to help you look better, feel better, move better, and of course, live better. Because everyone deserves to feel healthy. This is our art form. This is our obsession.
D'avoir une meilleure santé.
This is the art of well-being.
C'est l'art d'être, de bien-être.
Good afternoon and welcome on another IC Academy. Who is looking for a great afternoon?
Soyez les bienvenus.
And who is excited to hear more about a new product? Or who is excited to hear more from Mr. Bockaert?
Soyez les bienvenus sur l'Académie.
So let's see in the chat box. I see someone from Germany. Hello, Sander from Amsterdam, Romano from Italy. I see Karin, I see somebody from the US. Really great to have so many people on this Zoom on training already. My name is Marcel van Tielade. I am the country manager of two amazing markets, Netherlands and Belgium. I am already 25 years in the industry. I'm 50 years old, I'm married, I have 2 kids, but today is also a very special day for me because 2 years ago, I started my first day with Isagenix, the 1st of August, 2018. So, and I can tell you, I enjoyed every day of it. It is a really a great company with great people. So, and of course, I also want to welcome all the new kids on the block, all the new people from Zicha. Finally, you are part of the ICE family, and I wish you a great afternoon on your first ICE Academy. And of course, I also want to welcome all the Isagenix people from all over the world, because I see Sophie, she's at the moment in the US. Really great to have you here. I see people from all over the world, not only from Europe. So welcome, and I wish you a great afternoon. So, and then of course, if you want to put something in a chat box, that is nice, but put it, place it to attendees and panelists so everybody can see it. Because if you place it only to the panelists and only the speakers can see it. So it is great if you put something in the chat box, because everybody can read it. I see Suzanne from Berlin. Really great to have already so many people on the call. So we are more than 300 people, really amazing. And then it's also the first time that we are going to translate it today in 5 different languages. We are translating in Spanish, in Italian, in French, in German, and Dutch. Really amazing that we are going to do that. And Mariana, you're doing already a great job to arranging everything. So, and then to the program, we have a fully booked program for 2 hours. We have a great agenda with amazing speakers. We have Isagenix Millionaire, Slobin from the US. We have a panel with people from the Netherlands, Belgium, and the UK. And we also have very great success story. And of course, we have Mr. Dr. Joshua Plant. And if you ask yourself, what's in for me? I can tell you what's in for you, because you will be trained by global leading network marketing trainers. You will get key information about a very new, exciting product. Then of course, you will learn, you get a business update from Sophie about the plans about Europe. And we have very nice success story. So let's check quick the chat box. I see also somebody from Spain, Santiago. Somebody said in Germany, Sedat Ilsar. Dr. Jennifer Norwitz from the US. Great to have you all on board. But important is also you play 100%. You have to be 100% involved. So be ready with a pen, with paper, because you have to make notes. That's very important, because you will use it in the future to grow your business and also to teach your team members. But also be ready with your phone, because maybe you want to make slides from a presentation. So, but the most important, besides playing 100%, that you have fun, because I think that is very important. And now I have the pleasure to introduce to the first speaker of today. She is the general manager of Europe. She is now 6 months by the company. And I can tell you, she is doing an amazing job, because she was running 2 companies and now finally we have 1 company. She started her career also what you are doing. She was starting building business with Tupperware. And at that moment, she was earning already in 6-figure income. And besides that, she knows everything from network marketing. She is completely mad of sport. She is doing daily gym. She played volleyball on the highest level in Germany. She moved to the US, played also there on the highest level. She's now living in the UK, also playing on the highest level. So let's welcome and make some noise for the general manager, the awesome Sophie Zilman.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much, Marcel. I feel like I have to return some of those compliments. So first of all, happy birthday, Marcel. It is amazing to have you with Isagenix. You're doing an incredible job in the Netherlands and Belgium. And for the 2nd time in a row, huge congratulations to one of your countrymen, Michael Bockaert, being the International Associate of the Year. Together, you and your partnership with everyone else in those 2 markets, you're really blowing Europe up. But I mean, happy birthday to you, but one of your gifts, really, today is checking out those numbers from some of the other markets that we have just launched over the last couple of weeks. Have a look at the Germanic region, France, Italy. Let's have a shout out to our friends in Portugal and from the Canary Islands. And this morning, fresh out of Scandinavian trainings, our Swedish and Norwegian members are doing an incredible job leading this Isagenix lifestyle, impacting thousands of people around the world. People that want to experience that healthy, joyful, and abundant life. So for all of you here tuning in, thank you so much and welcome. Welcome to everyone from Europe. Welcome to everyone from North America. Welcome to the few I can see from Australia. And if I have missed someone, welcome from Asia. I haven't seen you just yet, but of course it is in the middle of the night. So how many of you are excited to be here? I am. I'm very excited. I hope that you can hear it. I have my paper ready. I have my pens ready. I am glamping this weekend, but I'm hardwired into the wall in a small pub to be here and listen to our amazing speakers, to listen in to Zach, to listen in to Dr. Joshua Plant. Because yes, we on the corporate side do a lot of things in the background, but you know what? We love hearing from all of you. I can't wait for the panelists to learn more, to hear you speak, and to take that and take it back into the office next week and then create more for you. And that's really what I'm supposed to speak about, I guess, over the next couple of minutes is how does Europe going to look like over the next coming month and years. Now, first of all, I wish I would be with you in one room. However, life is sometimes not playing the way we want to play it, but I can see all of you. I can feel your energy. I can see you smile. And I know that one day we're all going to be in a room together throughout one of our many events. But for now, a very, very welcome to this virtual academy. And we have a lot of excitement going on, not just globally, but really particular in Europe. And for all of you that might have been sleeping or have been on holiday over the last 2 to 3 weeks, we have launched a lot of new markets. We have launched over 10 markets globally, and 90% of the new markets that we have launched globally are in Europe. So Europe is really rocking it. And not only have we launched those new markets, we have also integrated our Zija family. We're now one with the Isagenix family. And we have just over 2 weeks ago revealed Isagenix 2.0 or some of Isagenix 2.0 at our celebration event. Now, we're only getting started. Over the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, 18 months, in fact, we're really going to focus on 3 global key initiatives. And those initiatives are 1, upgrading our marketing, our branding, our messaging. 2, upgrading our user experience through innovative technology. And 3, upgrading our product portfolio, upgrading our core products and innovation. Now, how does that look globally, and how is it impacting the European market for all of you here, creating that success for thousands of people around the world? Now, 1, upgrading marketing, upgrading messaging and branding. You have seen already some of it. I mean, how beautiful is that new branding that our marketing team has been created. It is so exciting. It is so cool. It is uplifting. It is sexy in every single way. It excites me so much. And I'm particularly fond of the new overview image that has succulents on it, because I'm a succulent and cactus lover, if you don't know. But that whole branding, I mean, it's incredible, is going to be pushed through step by step through everything that you can see and feel. And here in Europe, you have seen a couple of things already, but more is going to happen. You're going to see it in the boxes that you're going to open up. You're going to see it in product catalogs. You're going to see it in videos. You're going to see it at events. You're going to see it in your back office. You're going to see it on your replicated website. Everything that you can see and feel with Isagenix, you're going to see that new marketing, branding, and messaging. Now, with Europe and so many different countries, languages, and cultures, are we going to need to make some updates here and there, depending on the... Yes, we do, but you're going to see it, right? We can't compare apples with pears. So each individual country is going to have the core, but we're going to tweak it and make sure that culturally speaking, we're up to date in every single country. Now, as I said, you have seen the first rollout at Celebration, and over the next 3, 6, 9, 12, 18 months, you're going to see more. With every quarter, you're going to see a little bit more of that new marketing, branding, and key messaging. Now, number two was the upgrade in experience, the upgrade through technology or innovative technologies. Well, if you look back at when Isagenix was founded in 2002, no one had apps. No one even had computers. I don't even think when I started my business, had access to a computer or a website or a replicated website. We had physical papers and pens. We actually used a fax machine to put the order through to the company. And online banking, getting your money within, no, we didn't have any of that. And of course, we have already evolved over the years. But can we evolve more? Can we elevate ourselves to the next level? Absolutely, we can. And once again, everything that you currently see and feel within Isagenix is going to get that technology upgrade, that enhancement that we have been waiting on for so long. Some of those things you can already see, some others you cannot see just yet. But believe me and trust me, they are in the works. For all of you that have tuned into Celebration, you have seen an introduction of one technology part, and that technology part is the Penny Beta app. Now, give me some shouts out here in the chat box. Who has downloaded the Penny Beta app? Beta meaning it is not fully live yet. We're just trialing it. We're using you and your leadership to give us feedback on the Penny Beta app. Penny, the assistant that is making life easier. I mean, I have downloaded it. I'm not even an associate within this company, but I am loving it. I am going to play around with it. I'm going to upgrade myself and my whole life, but I wish I would have had that technology when I was in your shoes. It is going to make your business so much easier, and it's going to transform everything that you have so far done to the next level. And I'm super, super excited for you. So if you haven't downloaded the Penny Beta app just yet, do download it, because we will have Penny in Europe in the future as well. And we will ensure that it has European languages and products and information in it. So do play around with it. Do give us feedback. We would love to hear from you. Now, last, the third component, product innovation, upgrading their core products. So this is very exciting and incredible products within Isagenix. We have one of the best product systems within the industry, if not even the best, and the upgrades that are now coming through here over the next couple of months and years are going to elevate us to the top. Someone has said to me earlier today, oh, you know, top 25 within the industry. I'm like, man, we're going to elevate to be part of the top 10 first, and then we're going to be in the top 3, and then we're going to be number 1, because what we have internally and externally is truly world class. We have the best of the best internally within Isagenix, getting you those innovative updates, and you as leaders across the world are top notch. So keep on working with us hand in hand, exchanging those ideas, so suggestions, so that we can become the best together. Now, to summarize, everything that you're going to see and feel is going to be elevated. Please just take a moment and imagining ordering your products through your back office, signing a new customer up, signing a new associate up. opening your box for the first time, getting the feel of a new product, using the websites, going to events, anything that you can see and feel. Imagine that that is going to be elevated over the next year and a half. Here at Isagenix, we provide elevated well-being solutions because everyone deserves to be healthy. And we now call that the art of well-being. Here at Isagenix, what we do will impact everyone. It will impact your health. It will impact your family. It will impact our planet. So let's together in partnership do better and make it simply better for everyone. And we call that simply better together. We here at Isagenix, with you in partnership, are innovators, industry innovators with a 20-year legacy in providing transformative products, effective systems, trusted business opportunities, and a community that cares. And someone that has been an integral part of Isagenix 2.0, someone that is very well accomplished, highly intellectual, a respected professional in the preventive health and nutritional science industry, is our Chief Scientist Officer, Dr. Joshua Plant, who oversees not only the research and development of our products and our effective system, but also the product design and development, the product communication, and the quality assurance. And he has been the driving force behind what you see in product innovation and the upgrade of our products, Isagenix and Zija, moving forward. Please let me introduce you and give a big virtual clap to Dr. Joshua Plant, now giving you an overview of the products 2.0, new product launches here in Europe, and everything else that you might imagine. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you.
Thank you so much, Sophie. It is so good to be with you again, to be united, and I can tell you right now, Europe, you are in very, very good hands with her leadership. She's so articulate and so meticulous down to the even smallest details of making sure that that customer experience there in Europe is second to none. Now, I'm excited today. It's 6:20 in the morning, been up for about an hour and a half, getting ready for this event. And what I really love is not only am I here at 6:20 in the morning on a Saturday, last night at about 11 o'clock p.m. local time, I was doing an event as we were opening in Japan. And then just a few hours before that, ultimately virtually launching a product in Australia. So over the last 12 hours, I've spanned 3 different continents, 4, I guess, because I also did an event here in the US, 4 different continents, talking to individuals about the power of the Isagenix products in changing people's lives. And when we think just the impact of what the Isagenix mission is and how powerful this can be, I am truly humbled to think about it touching each and every corner of the globe, because that is absolutely the vision that I have and the Cougars of just what this Isagenix mission can do. You see, really, what we are inspiring individuals to do is to make just small, simple changes each and every day that can have a huge, drastic impact on their overall health and wellness. That's it. And it may sound just too good to be true, but it's not. By ultimately incorporating these Isagenix products into people's lives, we make it that much easier to make those healthy choices, those healthy decisions each and every day. And so I want to talk to you guys about this and launch a new product that I'm sure you are all so excited for. So let's see. All right, we got the slides up. Nope. Well, there they are. Perfect. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what this product is and what this Isagenix system is. Now, when we talk about the system, it really boils down to 3 aspects: shake days, cleanse days, and empowering and giving our body the key botanicals to properly respond to stress. So let's go over into this next slide. Wow, that's a handsome looking fella. We could spend a little bit more time on that slide if we'd like, but let's keep going forward. All right, next one. And oh, we're back to this slide. All right, well, I'm just going to keep going and see if they pop up those slides here for a sec. But what we want to do is talk about these shake days, cleanse days, and the product of the adaptogens. Now, the first thing is let's talk a little bit about what a shake day is and why do we have to have shake days. So over the course of the week, 6 days of the week, you are going to have what is considered shake days, meaning for breakfast and lunch, you will have a shake. Now, this isn't just any typical shake. This isn't something to where you put a little bit of protein together, make it taste good, and say, here you go, have this instead of your breakfast or your lunch. This is actually something that is very articulately and artfully crafted to help our bodies get the maximum benefits we're looking for. These are called the Isagenix or Isoline shakes. Now, with these shakes, what we've been able to do is incorporate them to, 1, make us feel more full. Now, that may seem somewhat trivial and overstated, but nothing could be more true. When we think about the food today, much of the food that we surround ourselves with or is that surrounds us is formulated not to make us feel full, but to do the exact opposite. In fact, when we look at the food industry, which is the largest industry in the world, much of the science and innovation has been designed around hijacking what is called our neurotransmitter response, the dopamine and serotonin. These things are what arouse our appetite. So when you see a commercial on the television, when you walk past an aisle of food, the way the colors are articulated, the way the food is glistening, all of these things are designed to arouse an appetite. Even to the point of where when you start to put food in your mouth, it is there to make you want to consume more and more. In fact, one of the most alarming studies, but so beautifully done, is they gave mice what would be a typical cookie and cocaine. In essence, these mice were loving life. They could eat as much of the cookies and cocaine as they wanted. And that was something that was so wonderful. These mice were enjoying life. I always tell everyone these mice were living like it was in the 1980s, eating cookies and cocaine. And then the scientists did something a little different. They pulled the cookies and the cocaine away from the mouse and gave them just a typical mouse diet. Now, all of a sudden you could imagine these mice were going through withdrawals. And at one end of the maze, they would put cocaine. And at the other end of the maze, they'd put the cookie. And then right in the middle, they would put the mouse. The mouse would be able to smell both the cookies and the cocaine. And it would go to that which they were craving the most. Completely full from the mouse food, they still chose more often to go towards the cookies. More than the addictive nature of cocaine. Now, this is somewhat alarming to us. We chuckle a little bit at this, but it suggests that much of the food that we are regularly exposed to has hijacked our thoughts, our willpower, and our behaviors just as much as many illicit drugs. And it suggests how important it is that we begin to surround ourselves with tools that give our bodies and us our own self-control back. And that's the power of the Isagenix shakes. You see, what these have done is these have been designed to give your body the nourishment it needs, maximum nourishment, with the minimal amount of calories, but also giving you the right amount of macros, proteins, fat, and carbohydrates to give your body the energy it needs so that it is not starving for more later on. In a world of keto diets and other types of fad diets, many people are limiting key macro components of their body. One of those being carbohydrates. You see, our brain, this powerful little machine that lives between our ears, is actually responsible for consuming upwards of about 15 to 20% of our caloric output. This thing is an energy-consuming machine, but it can only feed off of the energy of carbohydrates. So you can imagine people that are living a diet to where they completely starve themselves of carbohydrates, to where this brain of theirs is just struggling for food, struggling for energy. And that's why individuals that are typically on some of these extremely low carbohydrate diets have difficulty thinking, articulating, and expressing themselves. And constantly, at least in the English language, we refer to them as hangry. Now, with this, by giving you the right amounts of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, you are getting everything you are needed, formulated by some of the greatest nutritionists and scientists in the world in one single shake. Now, in addition to this, you're getting key components, things that a lot of us don't even learn about in the nutrition industry because, one, they are so rare, but yet they are so valuable. Trace minerals and other components. All of this has been formulated specifically in these isolate shakes. So, instead of breakfast and lunch, instead of the pastries and donuts, instead of the sandwiches and the pizza, and I know that sounds crazy, you will find yourself craving and feeling more satisfied with these shakes. Now, come dinner time, just have a typical, normal, healthy dinner. You're a functional member of society, unlike many of the diets out there, to where you sit down with your family and everyone is looking around and having a great time, and you're having to continually pass the food by and not take part in it. Yeah, sit down with dinner, sit down with your family, and enjoy the time with them. You see, this is a difference between the Isagenix lifestyle and what others classify as a diet, because it's sustainable. Because you're not having to break the bank to do it. In fact, in many ways, you're saving money. And you're also being a member of the family. You're not having to sit there and lick a piece of meat or whatever the crazy diets that are out there. You're sitting down and enjoying a wonderful meal with the family. Now, the thing is as we look at these shakes, the other part of the Isagenix system that is very, very critical are called cleanse days. These things are very, very impactful and very, very necessary as part of the Isagenix system. A cleanse day, also known as intermittent fasting, was started about 18 years ago when Isagenix started. Now, it is one of the most popular, if not the most popular, diet or lifestyle out there, and rightfully so. It works. Study after study after study has recognized the power of intermittent fasting or nutritional cleansing. Isagenix pioneered this 18 years ago, and the rest of the world is just getting wind of it. Now, with this, Isagenix has continued to lead the way in innovation. Now, on this cleanse day, for 6 days of the week, you're going to have a shake for breakfast and lunch, and 1 day of the week, you're going to simply go without the shakes and without the food. Oh, right now, most of you are thinking like, this is crazy. Is this possible? Going a full day without food? How does one live? Well, it can be done, especially following the Isagenix system. You'll find that you'll begin to look forward to these days. You begin to see a little bit of euphoria that happens. You find greater energy. Everything that is quite contrary to what people suggest, right? Or some people have alluded to, that you need to eat every 2 hours to maintain optimal metabolism and energy. That's complete rubbish. The cleanse day is a very integral part. Now, let me talk a little bit about what's happening physiologically to your body during this cleanse day. The first thing, right, when you start waking up, let's say you stop, your cleanse day's Wednesday. Tuesday night, you have your meal and you begin your cleanse. You're gonna wake up in the morning, you're gonna be a little hungry. Well, the reason that is because the other days of the week, when you wake up, you're usually expecting something in your belly. Your body's been trained, but there's nothing there. It's gonna get hungry, but then you wait just a few more hours, all of a sudden, your body realizes what's happening. And it begins a powerful appetite calibration process. If you remember, as I talked about before, how the food industry has hijacked our dopamine and serotonin levels to make us hungry when we're not, our body has a powerful response to that. After about 12 hours of going without food, our body begins to reject a lot of those external stimuli that are designed to arouse our appetite. And our appetite begins to be calibrated to what it really is. That's why individuals on cleanse days, though they may start off hungry, it doesn't take long for them to all of a sudden realize, I'm not nearly as hungry as I thought I was. That's because your body is calibrating to the appetite it really needs, not the one the food industry wants us to have. Now, additionally, during this time, what happens, the second phase of a cleanse day, is your body begins to detoxify. Now, I have to be careful using this word because it's been so used in so many wrong contexts by the industry. Detoxify, this. The truth is, you need to detoxify. There are certain chemicals, in fact, there's hundreds, reports are suggesting hundreds of chemicals we are exposed to on a daily basis. And many of these chemicals are deemed as forever chemicals by scientific community, meaning once they enter your body, they're there forever. And many of these things disrupt our endocrine system, our hormones, and a variety of other aspects. Well, this is not a way that I want to live, and especially a way I don't want my children to live. And so when we think about the power of the Isagenix system and detoxifying, how does an intermittent fasting lifestyle support that? Well, some revolutionary breakthrough studies suggest that even though scientists have called these forever chemicals, because so many things, once they enter your body, are stay there forever, but they have found that the intermittent fasting lifestyle actually helps remove the buildup of these toxins that you've been accumulating throughout your life. You begin to remove them. How is that possible? Well, a lot of these forever chemicals are what are called hydrophobic, meaning they don't like water. They like oily substances. And so when they enter your body, they go to the oily cells, also known as your fat cells. Your fat cells, what they are, is they're giant cells, huge cells that are full of lipids and oils. And those toxins go in and just seem to snuggle comfortably in that cell. And since those fat cells are with us our whole life, unfortunately, so are those toxins. But as a cleanse day happens, as our appetite is balanced, what begins to also happen is our body begins to release those triglycerides, those lipids, those oils out of our fat cells. And with that, they also release those toxins. And so what happens is those toxins are then removed by our liver and taken out. Now, this is a key thing to remember because, and I'll speak a little bit of this later, we have a powerful product that assists our body's normal detoxifying behavior. And this is going to help you maximize and get the most benefit out of those cleanse days. Because without it, what you're largely doing is just going hungry. But incorporating these products with it, you're more effectively calibrating your appetite, you're detoxifying, and it doesn't stop there. You begin, as this cleanse day goes on a little bit longer, your body begins to make the hormones that are responsible for youthfulness, muscle retention, and a variety of others. Human growth hormone, you name it. So now, all of a sudden, we're beginning to feel a euphoric feeling. We're feeling young, vibrant. And that's why individuals who follow the Isagenix system show increased muscle retention. The exact opposite of what a lot of people want you to think by following the system. Clinically shown to not only help you lose weight, but also increase your muscle retention. Oh, your body's making these wonderful hormones. Now, as it continues, as this cleanse day continues, your body begins a very powerful process called autophagy. Autophagy literally means self-eating. That doesn't mean on a cleanse day you're so hungry that you begin to eat your own arm. No, that's not what it means. What it means is it's at the cellular level. You have these old cells, and they're not moving as effectively. They're not functioning as effectively as they once were. Now, as the cleanse day progresses, your body is a miraculous machine. Autophagy is where a younger, more vibrant cell actually consumes and recycles that older cell and replacing it with a younger, more vibrant cell. Oh, this is one of the most healthy processes for long-term health and wellness that we could do regularly. So we all see the power of the cleanse day. And now, by taking the cleanse for life, every 4 hours on that cleanse day, you're supporting your body with natural herbs and botanicals that are so effective and making you get the most out of that cleanse day, helping you to more effectively detoxify hormones, autophagy, and balancing your appetite, something we all need regularly. Now, the third component is the Ionic Supreme. This is a powerful, sorry, I need to specify. We call it Cleanse for Life in America. We call it Nourish for Life in Europe. Sorry, I need to clarify that. So Nourish for Life every 4 hours on your cleanse day. The third part is the Ionic Supreme. This is a powerful botanical that you're going to take on both shake days and cleanse days. And the reason you're going to do this is for what's called adaptogens. Adaptogens are a unique set of botanicals that have the ability to modulate our body's stress response. I want you to imagine how many times in your life that you've attempted to start a healthy habit. You know, it might be Sunday night and you're going to say, tomorrow I'm going to exercise. And you know, Monday, you may do it Tuesday, and you skip a few days. Then you do it Friday, then you skip a few more days, and so on. Or, oh, tomorrow eat healthy, and you find yourself caving into the first temptation. Well, the reason that is whether it be a healthy habit or not, many times our body is adversely responsive to change. Any type of change looks as stressful. Now, what we do is take these adaptogens on a daily basis to help modulate that stress response. It's going to help you think better. It's going to help you feel better. In fact, some of the more powerful studies regarding adaptogens suggest that individuals have increased power to actually take the healthy choices they're looking for. Individuals who take an adaptogen suggest that they are able to more effectively maintain and look forward to exercising. And the reason is that body's stress response is largely regulated to be not as impactful. So the body doesn't look at the idea of going out and exercising at 5 a.m. as stressful. It's able to see the healthy benefits a little bit easier. So the Ionic Supreme is a powerful way of getting the adaptogens that we need on a daily basis so that we are able to more effectively make the healthy, conscious, healthy choices we want each and every day. So the Isagenix system, simple, 6 days a week, shakes, 1 day a week, cleanse, support it with Nourish for Life, and each and every day, take the Ionic Supreme to give our body the ability to more effectively make the conscious choices we're wanting. Now, what we're doing is we're going to give you guys a powerful tool that makes it that much easier to cleanse. We're giving you now Peach Mango Nourish for Life. This has quickly skyrocketed.
Okay, everybody, it looks like that we are losing connection with the US with Dr. Plant, but you saw the last slide. That is the new product he wants to launch. That was the, okay, he's coming back maybe. Nourish for Life, you can see with a peach mango taste, and it is available as of Tuesday. So I hope you are very excited that we have this new product on board, and are really nice because it is in powder, so it is not a bottle. So if you're going on holiday or traveling, it is really easy to take you with you. So I think it is really nice that we have this product coming next week. So great to hear Dr. Plant about talking about the Isagenix 3 shake days, shakes, cleanse day, and about the Ionics, the 3 important products from Isagenix. So unfortunately, we lost connection with him, but no problem, because I have the pleasure to introduce the next speaker to you. And she has more than 20 years experience in the direct selling. She is almost 1 year with Isagenix. She is building in that year a great relationship with the field. She has always a smile on her face. You can have a lot of fun with her. I tell you a little bit, a little secret. We have an app group with the sales team. And last week she sent a picture, because generally she is on holiday. She is camping at the moment. She sent a picture from the camping in the rain, her hair completely wet, but a big, big smile on her face. So let's welcome the awesome sales coordinator of the UK, Elaine Vaughan.
Hi guys, thanks so much for that introduction, Marcel. Yes, it was a little wet and windy. So I'm going to introduce to you a lady that's been with Isagenix since 2018. She is a mummy to a little boy, Serge, and she works in a primary school, but she also mentors a lot of young athletes. She is a triple international athlete in rugby, netball, and touch rugby. She has featured in 3 Rugby World Cups and earned her 50th cap. What I love about this lady is her drive and passion for absolutely everything that she does. Please welcome to the call, 1-star Silver Circle Crystal Manager, Tania Rosser. Hi Tanya, are you there?
Hi Charlene, I am indeed.
Fantastic, great. Thank you so much for joining us today on the call. Obviously, you were an athlete already. Why did you join Isagenix?
Okay, so I was an elite athlete for many years, for about 15 years, and life at that time was quite easy to be on point for training and nutrition. I was training up to 12 times a week. I had a nutritionist, and I was sponsored by a local cafe that fed me. So I didn't have to really think about my nutrition wise and food. And then retirement hit back in 2014 with an injury, and I put on weight. And I thought that I could carry on life eating the same type of food that I was when I was an elite athlete, training 12 times a week. And then I managed to put on quite a bit of weight at the time with an injury. So then I decided I needed to change my life, and I needed to find a system that was going to suit me and be convenient and easy for my busy lifestyle.
So it kind of fit in with you, is what you was looking for. So what kind of transformation did you get from the products?
So in the first 30 days, I lost 5 kgs. I didn't train at all. And then in the next 30 days, I lost another 2 kgs. And I was actually in the same physical shape as I was at the last World Cup in 2014, if not in better physical shape. And I'd only trained 5 days in that second 30 days. So 7 kgs in total in 60 days.
Which was amazing. So was you using a lot of the amped products as well as, you know, your isoline shakes and stuff like that? What was kind of your routine?
So I started off with the weight loss program, obviously to shift all the weight. And then I moved into the amp range once I was able to get back training, which is pretty amazing, because when I was training as an athlete, I was training 12 times a week. My fat percentage was low, my training and lifts were extremely high and really fit. When I got onto Isagenix, what I found is I was training less, but getting better results. So my recovery time was a lot faster. My personal lifts were going beyond what I was at an international level. And that was, 6-7 years ago, as an international athlete, squatting, I don't know, 75 kgs, doing chin-ups, 12 chin-ups with 5 kgs or whatever on me. Now, since I've been on the products, I train 3 or 4 times a week. I was training 3 or 4 times a week and achieving the same results with the Isagenix products.
Which is absolutely amazing. So obviously you use a lot of the AMP range as well as the shakes. How are you using them? Do you love the post-workout?
Yeah, look, I can't go without my post-workout, and I ran out of it the other week, and I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen here? So it's religious for me to take it every session. I use the pre, and then I do my Elaine and my post-workout shake together. But it's part of my routine now. I can't go without it. And if I do miss it, I do notice that my recovery is a lot. It will take 2 or 3 days for me to recover. I do the e-shot and the pre together if I've got fitness tests coming up. And the great thing about the e-shot that I really love is that it doesn't give me the jittery feeling. So I used to use caffeine products as an international athlete, and you just get, you know, quite jittery and you can't stay focused. Whereas the e-shot, when I started taking that, I had clarity throughout my training, and was able to push on through my training, so which was really, really good. And I've got a couple of athletes, like I've got a semi-pro cyclist using the AMP range now, and he just can't believe he's doubled his training cycles now.
Wow,
So
which is amazing. And obviously I know you started building the business, so you've been having great success with that as well, right?
Yeah, really good. I mean, I've got a gym using it at the moment, and a lot of his clients are using it, and it's really funny because you get the guys will go, oh no, I'm already on a supplement. So and I've just turned around and said, look, let's just try it. Just have a go at it and see. And then they're like, wow, never had a product that doesn't give me the jitters. You know, as a rugby player, we used to do BCAAs, and they used to make you tingle, and I used to hate that feeling. My nose used to get itchy, and whereas the pre-workout stuff, I don't have that same reaction of other brands and products.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Tania, on the call. We've really enjoyed hearing your story and hearing kind of the progress that you've made. Thanks a lot for joining us. I am now going to pass it back to Marcel, I believe. Marcel, are you there?
Of course, Charlene, I am there. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Tania, for your great story. Charlene, I wish you a great second week of your holiday, and hopefully with great weather. Enjoy, and don't forget, send some pictures in our sales app, because I'm looking to see nice pictures with you with a great smile on your face. Thank you again, Charlene. And now I have the honor to introduce the next speaker. He's a guy from the US who I met already many, many times. He built a huge business in Europe together with his wife, Eden. He has big teams in the UK, in Netherlands, and I think almost 90% of Belgium is in his team. He's one of the best network marketing trainers I ever have met. He is fantastic on stage. He was our keynote speaker on the last 2 European celebrations. Of course, he also was speaker of a lot of other events in Europe, and he is always invited to speak on the US celebration. He is always open, together with his wife Eden, to help and to support us in Europe. He is an Isagenix Millionaire. He was Man of the Year in 2019. So please welcome the one and only Zach Slobin.
Hi, Marcel. Thank you, everybody, so much. Always grateful to be with all of you. It's always just a profound honor to be able to be in a position to serve this company and to serve this community. And so for all those that are saying hello in the chat box, hi, good to see your names. And, you know, I got on, it's a little early over here on my side of the world. And I got on in time to, you know, keep listening to Dr. Josh Plant. And something I want to share with all of you on a personal level about Dr. Plant. I was in Korea about a year and a half ago. I was in Korea, and I woke up to a text message from a friend of mine who had been who's a leader in the industry. And he sent me a text message and said, congratulations on Dr. Plant. You have no idea what's about to happen for your company. And because I was in Korea, I was ahead in time zones and things like that. And I didn't know. wasn't aware. And so I quickly wrote back and I said, what are you talking about? He said, your new chief science officer has been my chief science officer at this old company for the last 8 years that I've been there. I've been able to travel the world with him. He's an amazing, amazing human being, an amazing scientist, an amazing product formulator. And so I started to do some research on Dr. Plant, and I started to look him up, and I was like, look at these accolades. Just the accomplishments of this gentleman are phenomenal. And, you know, when I saw Dr. Josh come in, it was another reminder of just how committed this company is to being at the leading edge in every possible category that a company could ever want to be at the leading edge of. And so to have a brain like that is a massive gift to all of us. But on a more personal level, I got a chance to spend some time with Dr. Josh in Australia this past year and in a couple other events. And, you know, one of the things I love most about him is that enthusiasm, that excitement, that passion about these products, about science, about nutrition, about what good wellness products can do for the body. That ethos, it just is a part of who he is. So I hope all of you, especially those of you that are new to the Isagenix family, understand just how much of a advantage having somebody like Dr. Josh Plant on our team gives us. So if you haven't done so already, show Dr. Plant some love in the chat box. Post on his tag him on Instagram. He's always on there. He's just a phenomenal addition to the team at Isagenix. And again, like I said, especially as we expand into Europe and all across the world, I'm just glad that that guy is on our team, because what he's doing in this company already is revolutionary. So with that being said, I'm here to share with you some things that I've learned along the way in terms of how to really stay stuck in for the long haul of this. You know, network marketing is a fascinating industry. One of the great benefits of the network marketing business model is that it's essentially really easy to get into. You know, it's very, very inexpensive and very affordable from a business model perspective when you compare it to other business models. So for example, you know, I used to work in the real estate investing space. So we're talking about the need for tens of thousands, if not at times hundreds of thousands, if not at times millions of dollars, euros, or pounds in order to get a return on our investment. I've started traditional businesses. I bought a franchise at one point for $25,000, right? So one of the massive advantages of the network marketing space is that anyone from any background can get started. The challenge with that, of course, is that sometimes we come in to this business with unrealistic expectations. We come in thinking that, you know what, I'm going to be a millionaire tomorrow. And what happens is that that type of thinking is what sets us up for failure. So really what I want to share with you all today is some ways in which you can really focus on practical principles so that you can be here for the long haul, so that your team sticks around for as long as possible, but more importantly, that you put yourself in a position to create income for life. Now type in the chat box, how many of you like that term? Think about what I just said, income for life. Income for life. That's sexy. That's a really, really attractive idea. Income for life. So just to take you back a little bit, the reason I was inspired to create income for life was a variety of reasons. One reason is I always knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I'm psychologically unemployable. I don't like being told what to do, ever, as much as I love my wife. Every time she asks me to unload the dishwasher or to take out the trash, it's like nails on a chalkboard. And it's not because I don't love her, and it's not because I don't want to help her around the house. It's because I hate being told what to do. So from a very young age, I started doing all different kinds of things when it came to business. I failed tremendously. If you were to have bet on me making it to where I am now in my life, which is in a place of harmony and tranquility and freedom and fulfillment and prosperity and abundance, if you were to have bet on me back then, you would have bet against me. And the reason you would have bet against me was because not a lot of what I did worked, but I was willing to make mistakes. And the reason I was willing to make mistakes is because I saw a quote one time from a gentleman named Warren Buffett, and it's a quote that I share often. And Warren Buffett, for those of you who are not familiar with him, is arguably the greatest investor of our time, at least here in the United States. And what Warren Buffett said is, he said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until the day you die. So I just want to say that again. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work until the day you die. Now think about it for a second. I'm a type of person who doesn't like being told what to do. I don't like working. I don't. I want to enjoy my life. And for those of you that are in Europe, you understand that inherently. See, here in the United States, we're taught very differently. And fortunately, my stepfather is German. And he taught me something at a very young age at 12 years old. And he said, Zach, he said, here's the difference between Americans and Europeans. He said, in America, he said, you live to work. In Europe, we work so we can live. And that just made so much sense to me. Because what's the point of working all of these hours to make all of this money if you don't have time to enjoy it with the people that you love? What's the point of working all these hours and sacrificing so much and experiencing so much stress and frustration and anguish and pressure and this feeling of I've got to keep up with all of my neighbors? What's the point of experiencing all of that if you don't have time to go and see other parts of the world, connect with other cultures, try other foods? What's the point if you don't have time to sit and read books and write and think and philosophize and concentrate on things that have meaning and passion? What's the point of working if it's not to some kind of end that allows us to experience some kind of deeper freedom? Because I don't know about you, but for me, I'm really clear on one thing. I did not come into this life just to work every single day for 12, 13, 14 hours a day for 40 or 50 years just to have, 10 to 15 years of retirement where I can enjoy my life. I didn't come here for that. And I don't know about you, but that's not for me. And as Jim Rohn taught me a long time ago, I don't want to take that class. So when you think about life being almost like university, what kind of class do you want to take? And what do you want your life experience to be like and feel like? And what's really special about network marketing is that it gives the everyday person the opportunity to experience that kind of freedom. Now, there's no guarantees. You heard from Justin Powell about the realities of what it takes. And, there's a funny thing. There's a saying that, everybody can be successful in network marketing. And that's not true. But anybody who chooses to put in the work, to put in the time, can create new results in their life. So I'm going to go over some things with you now. And if you're taking notes, feel free. And if not, I'm sure this is being recorded and you'll be able to come back to this. But what I want you to focus on from this point forward, if you haven't already, is understanding that being successful in business and being successful in life is really similar to being successful when it comes to our health and fitness. If you ask any great trainer or dietitian or nutritionist, if you ask them what's the key to being fit, they're going to tell you, look, it's roughly 80 to 85% nutrition, 10 to 15% fitness. Type in the chat box. For those of you guys that have experienced that, how many of you would agree with that? When it comes to the results of our bodies, it's roughly 80 to 85% what we eat, 10 to 15% how much we exercise. Okay. When it comes to success in business, what I've learned is that it's 80 to 85% mindset, 10 to 15% skill set. Now, that's not to mean that skills aren't important. Skills are massively important. I'm going to talk about skills here in a moment. But what I want you to understand is that without the proper mindset and without laying a solid foundation of principles, your business will never get to a point where you can rest easy at night. Your business will never get to a point where you can go to Greece or go to Costa Rica or go wherever you want. Your business will never reach a point where you can just shut off your phone and be unavailable for a week or 2 weeks and still have your business grow. Imagine that for a moment. How many of you get excited about this idea? Imagine for a moment being able to go, as crazy as it sounds, imagine for a moment being able to go on holiday by yourself or with your partner or with your children. Imagine being able to go on holiday, taking your phone, shutting it off completely, putting it into the safe, and not touching it, not looking at it, not thinking about it, not worrying about it, carrying no anxiety about business or money or anything like that until you're ready to check out of the hotel. Imagine how cool that would be. Now, how do I know that that can become your reality? I know that that can become your reality because that's the reality that my wife and I have created for ourselves. But have we created that reality because we're the hardest workers in this company? We're not. There are people that outwork us, for sure. It's probably something I could learn from. But we've created that reality because before anything, we got really focused on committing to long-term critical business thinking. And so again, I'm going to go over some touch points with you here today. That I want you to take with you, because business is like any relationship. And how many of you, type in the chat box, how many of you have met a man or a woman at one point in your life and they were charming and they were fun and you had a good time with them and you felt this connection, but there were these little things that you noticed about them that you're like, that's probably not great. Ooh, I should pay attention to that. But because you're so enamored, you're so caught up with how mesmerizing they are that you ignore those red flags, right? And you sweep them under the rug and you pretend like they're not there because you don't really want them to be there. And so what happens is, what do we do? And I say we because I've certainly been there. What do? We ignore all of the signs and we dive into this relationship. And then what happens? A year, 2 years, 5 years, for some people it's 10, 20, 30 years. One day we wake up and go, enough is enough. Enough is enough. And enough is enough because the relationship stopped working a long time ago. Why did the relationship stop working a long time ago? The relationship stopped working a long time ago because those red flags became more and more present. And so there became challenges in the relationship. The things that you used to think were cute, those are obnoxious. The things that you used to think were charming, those are arrogant. The things that you used to think were fun, that's not even who you are or what you like to do. You were just willing to conform, right? And so, of course, the relationship, what happens? The relationship crumbles. And the relationship crumbles because the relationship was built on sand. And anything that gets built on sand eventually sinks and gets swept back into the ocean. And so what I want you to focus on from here on out is the foundation of your business. Building something so strong, so solid, so intentional that no matter how hard the waves crash, no matter how intense the weather gets, it's rooted, it's concrete, it's solid. And in fact, you're so committed to building on principles that every time a storm hits it, it doesn't weaken your foundation, it strengthens it. Because in relationships, like I've experienced in my relationship with my wife, who's an amazing human being, what I've found is that our storms in our life have strengthened us. And why have they strengthened us? Because when we first got together, we took our time. We took our time. We took several weeks of just staying up very late and just talking, just learning about each other, just communicating. What are our shared values? What are our life philosophies? What are our principles? What do we stand for? Who are we committed to becoming in our lives, both as individuals and as we unify together? Pardon me. And because that was the way that our relationship started, now 7 years down the road, we get stronger every day. We get more intentional every day. We create more every day because the solid foundation is what we build upon. So there are all kinds of skills that you can learn in this business. There's all kinds of trainings like the one we're doing today, thanks to our phenomenal corporate team. There's all kinds of videos available that you can study, and I'm going to talk more about that here in a moment. But again, today, I just want you to focus because we're so new to Europe. We're so new. I want you to focus on the long term. Now, type in the chat box, how many of you are committed? And again, the word is committed to being here until. How many of you are committed to being here until? Because here's what I'll share with you. Some people are going to say, I'm committed to being here. And you know what's going to happen? Because this happens. Little birdies are going to start to chirp. Little bugs zzz, are going to start to get in people's ears. Little carrots are going to start to get dangled. And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to go try this instead. But the reality is, no matter where you go, you take you with you. So if you go somewhere else, which is fine, it's your choice, free will, of course. Make no mistake that if you go without principles there, nothing new is going to happen. You know, there's a very, very famous saying that the grass isn't greener on the other side. And what I believe is that the green of the grass is determined by the gardener. The green of the grass is determined by the gardener. So let's go through a couple of things, okay? First thing is this. From this point forward, I want you, for those of you who say that you're committed, I want you to commit to treating this like any other profession. I want you to commit to treating this like any other profession. See, something else my stepfather said to me when I was younger is he said, you know, in Germany, he said, we did things much differently. He said you would choose a career path and then you would apprentice, right? Apprenticeship is a very, very traditional way of coming into a career. And being an apprentice means making very, very, very little money for a very, very long period of time until you master that craft and then you take over, right? The student becomes the teacher, if you will. So that's what I want you to first look at, especially knowing that in Europe, that's a very common thing, is I want you to look at this, the early days especially, as an apprenticeship. And what that means is that for some period of time, you're going to have to pay your dues. You're going to have to learn the skills day in and day out. When you want to do it and when you don't want to do it, you've got to commit to showing up every single day so that you pay your dues just like you would if you were an apprentice. And the reality of what that means is that depending on where you are in your life and how much influence you have or what skills you might already have or don't have, what you have to understand is that in network marketing, your income in the first year, 2, 3 years, your income is going to be in direct proportion to who you've been up until this point in your life. I'm going to say that again. In network marketing, just like coming out of university, just like sport, just like an apprenticeship, your income for the first couple of years is going to be the equivalent of who you've been. It's going to be proportional to who you've been up until this point in your life. And the reason that's important for you to hold on to is to understand that what happens in the first 1, 2, 3 years of your build is molding you, it's shaping you, it's modeling you, it's strengthening you to be the leader who has a business where they can turn off their phone. So first, commit to treating it like a profession. And that means 5, 7, 10 years. But what's unique about network marketing is if you're diligent and you're disciplined in your skill development, if you're diligent and you're disciplined in your personal development, if you're diligent and you're disciplined in the mastery of these principles, then you have the potential to take what would normally be a 30 to 40-year career and compress it into 3, 5, 7, 10, maybe even 15 years. But you got to be willing to pay the price early in your build. Now, how many of you, type in the chat box, how many of you that say you're committed, how many of you are willing to pay the price early on? It might feel like you're working a lot harder than the amount of money you're making. But remember, when you're thinking and treating it like a professional, you're not building for today. You're building for tomorrow. You're not planting seeds so you can eat one fruit or have one harvest. You're planting seeds and tilling the soil so that you can have a harvest that pays you for life. Now, knowing that you're going to treat it like a profession, the next thing you got to do, like anything, is you got to fall in love with the business of network marketing. Plain and simple. If I was apprenticing to be a journalist, like my stepfather became, I'd have to fall in love with the idea of writing. I'd have to fall in love with the idea of creating stories. I'd have to fall in love with going out and getting the information. I'd have to fall in love with truth. So the same holds for network marketing. If I want freedom, if I want income for life, even if right now all I want is an extra €500 or £500 a month, I'm going to have to become someone different. So in order for me to become a professional, to make a career out of this, what do I got to do? I got to study. I got to read. I got to understand the compound effect. I got to understand that 90% of the time I'm probably going to fail in the early days, because that's reality. Now let's just take a step back. How many of you, type in the chat box, how many of you are okay with me being completely transparent with you about what this takes? Because here's what we're not about at Isagenix. To be very clear, we're not about just get 2 people and you're going to be a millionaire. We're not about, hey, here's all these fancy houses and cars. Come do this right away. You're going to make a bunch of money, blah, 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 blah. We're not about that. And why aren't we about that? Because that's a house of cards. That's building on sand. That's hype. Hype never lasts. So I'm just being real transparent with all of you. And for those of you that know me, that's not a surprise to you. And for those of you that are just getting to know me, this is how I roll. You deserve for me to be completely honest with you. And the reason you deserve for me to be honest with you is so that when challenges happen, you go, you know what? Zach said this was going to happen. I must be right on track. So when it comes to falling in love with the business and network marketing, read the books, watch the videos, study the trainers, make the mistakes, and keep this thought in mind when it comes to this. Learn it, do it, teach it. Learn it, do it, teach it. Okay. The next thing is this. Many of us are accustomed to thinking like employees. In network marketing, you've got to take ownership of your business and you've got to think like a CEO. You got to think like a CEO. You got to think like a business owner. And so there's a couple of tips I want to give you. And here's the first one. I want you to learn how to make healthy decisions versus smart decisions. See, the best CEOs, the best business people in the world, we make healthy decisions as opposed to smart decisions. Now, what does that mean? Making smart decisions are the decisions that are easy for us to make. You know what? I'll just make a new video for my team. Oh, I'll come up with a new campaign. I'll do another, summer challenge or something like that. That's what's going to get my business up and running and done. I'll start doing a whole bunch of, Facebook Lives or whatever it may be. And while all those things are great, all of those things are easy to do. Healthy decisions, on the other hand. Healthy decisions are the decisions about your business that you don't want to make because you feel like they might slow me down. And what are some of those decisions? Some of those decisions are resolving conflict inside of your organization, not avoiding the reality that you might have some things, some fires that you've got to put out. Healthy decisions is knowing when to slow down so that you can speed up. Healthy decisions is understanding that every decision that we make as CEO of our business matters. Business is like the game of the dominoes. Once you topple one over, they all start to fall. So you got to decide what kind of design do you want as the dominoes fall. The other thing that I want you to think about when it comes to decision making, how you make decisions and what you choose to do, is I want you to understand that your business is a living, breathing organism. It has life to it. It has energy to it. So if there's cancer in your organization, you allow that cancer to spread, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, it's going to fall apart. And what you can't do is you can't treat the symptom by doing something like a campaign, by doing something like a Facebook Live. You've got to treat the virus itself. You got to get in there. You got to have the tough conversations. And maybe you've got to take a look in the mirror and recognize that maybe you're the challenge. Maybe you're the one that's creating the roadblock. But if you're willing to look at the parts of your organization that aren't flowing and take responsibility for the ways in which that you've contributed to that, when you go to work on cleaning that up, now you create flow. So think like a CEO. The next one is this. The next one is this. I want you to dream as big as you want to dream. I want you to fantasize as much as you want to fantasize. But what I want you to do is I want you to, for as clear as you get on what you want life to look like in the big picture, as you imagine yourself putting your phone in the safe, chilling out in Greece or wherever it is, that's all wonderful. But what I want you to do is I want you to take that vision and put it out into the universe. The macro vision, the big vision, let it be out there. It's fantastic. But don't focus on it. Focus on the micro daily choices. Focus on the micro daily choices. Focus on getting better every single day. Focus on every conversation, every interaction, every call that you do. Focus on the micro details because because here's the reality. Big things happen when small things get all the love. Let's say it again. Big things happen when small things get all the love. So big macro vision, but a significant focus on micro choices. Now, why is it super important to focus on the micro? Here's why, because it's this next idea. It's important so that you stay out of comparison mode. It's important so that your goals and your dreams don't feel so far away. It's important so that when you see other people doing things or rank advancing or doing whatever they're doing, it's important that you look at it and go, great, that's their journey. I'm focused on climbing my own mountain. And the fascinating thing about climbing a mountain is the further away you are from a mountain, the bigger it seems. The closer you get as you put your head down and take one step at a time, the more the mountain shrinks. It shrinks so much, in fact, that by the time you get to the top, you look back and go, it wasn't nearly as hard as they said it would be. And that's the lie. The lie that they tell you, is that it's harder than it is. And it doesn't mean it's not challenging to climb the mountain. Make no mistake, it's challenging. But you lessen the challenge by just focusing on that micro action every single day. And the last thing I'm going to share with you, or the last couple of things I'm going to share with you is this. Once you start, never stop. Once you start, never stop. You know, a lot of people say, you'll never fail if you never quit. Some truth to that. But quitting isn't the disease. Quitting is the result of starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping. No matter what you do, find a way to stay on the field. Find a way to stay in the game. No matter what you have going on in life, no matter what kind of storms come your way, no matter what season you're in, find a way to move things forward. Two more things and I'm going to get you out of here. Be your word. be your word. Do what you say you're going to do. That's the simplicity of the game. Do what you say you're going to do. And yes, of course, do what you say you're going to do for the people that you said you were going to do it for. But most importantly, be your word, Lorraine. Be your word. Keep your word. But most importantly, be your word to yourself. Be your word to yourself. Have integrity with yourself. And what does that mean? That means if I say tomorrow I'm going to connect with 5 people, then you connect with those 5 people no matter what. So you can keep your word to yourself. And the reason it's important that you learn to keep your word to yourself is one of the biggest things that keeps people from being wildly successful is they don't believe that they can get there. And why don't they believe that they can get there? Because they don't trust themselves to get there. So how do we build trust with ourselves? By doing what we say we're going to do. I'm going to share a little quick story with you, and then I'll hand it back over. There was a tiny little frog whose family had migrated to the countryside. And this frog had gotten lost. And he wanted to catch up with his family as quickly as possible. But there was rains and there was floods. And he knew it would be a very long time until he could see his family again. And so he's starting to think, how can I get there? How can I get there? What can I do? And sure enough, he saw 2 storks, 2 beautiful birds sitting right there. And he said, I got it. I got it. Can you please fly me to the other side of the country to see my family? And the stork said, no, how would we possibly do this? And again, the frog thinks, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Oh, I got it. And the frog says, take a stick. You put your mouth, your beak on one end of the stick. You put your beak on the other side of the stick, and I'll put my mouth on the middle, and we can fly that way. And the stork said, brilliant idea. So sure enough, the frog hops on with his mouth on the middle of the stick. The storks start to take off. They're flying. And as they're flying, the other animals marvel, oh my God. And the humans on the ground go, that's a brilliant idea. Whose idea was that? And the frog said, whose idea? Who thought of it? And the frog said, I, and fell all the way to his death. And why? Because the frog forgot the most important thing about success. And that's this, that there's no I in team. Focus on your team. Help them get better. Help them grow. I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am for every single one of you coming into the Isagenix family at this point in our company's history. Stay the course. Stay stuck in. I wish you understood in the core of your being how very, very worth it this journey with this company in this lifetime can be for you and your family. So I'll hand it back over to the corporate team. Thank you all so much for indulging me this morning. Welcome to the Isagenix family, to all of our new partners. And I can't wait, hopefully soon, to be with you on European soil sooner than later. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Thank you, Zach. As usual, a really great training, and it's always a pleasure to listen to you. And I am very happy that you are in the corporate, in our team. So let's see quick, Zach, in the chat box. You don't want to see what they are placing in the chat box. You did a great job as usual. So Zach, thanks again. Enjoy the weekend. Say hello to Eden, and hopefully we will see each other very soon on a meeting in Europe. Thanks again, Zach. Bye-bye. And now I'm going to introduce the next speaker. And I can tell you, I really like to introduce this guy. He has more than 30 years experience in network marketing, because as a kid, he went with his parents also already to network marketing events. Now he's working 13 years in network marketing by himself. He started with Isagenix 4 years ago. And I know when he started, he was flying to Australia, he was flying to the US to learn the Isagenix way, and he implemented in Europe. I have great respect for this guy because he has a very busy job. He had 3 small kids, and I can tell you that costs also a lot of time. And when he's going to the office in London, he has to travel 4 hours a day from home to the office, going back to home. So that is commitment. And I also like him because he's supporting the same soccer team in the UK as I'm doing, and that's of course Liverpool. And besides that, he is the fast speaking guy I ever met in my life. So let's welcome the European Sales Director, Kevin Denham.
Awesome, thank you for that introduction, Marcel. We could talk about Liverpool for many hours, but of course that's not what I'm here for. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with everybody on this particular call, and of course with all of our new Zija family that have joined Isagenix over the last couple of weeks. It's great to have you here on this particular call. It seems there's a lot of chat already going about Liverpool, so some fellow supporters is always welcome on that. Of course, I just want to touch base briefly, just with regard to kind of the community, the culture that we do have here at Isagenix. And that's just to give another shout out to Zach, because many of you may be aware that we did have Hillary Courtney coming to speak on the call, but unfortunately couldn't make it. So I literally made a phone call to Zach on Wednesday, and he committed straight away to come onto this call with you guys to be able to share longevity within the business and the power of Isagenix and staying with Isagenix as well. So again, just in the chat box, just some huge appreciation, because he had to wake up nice and early today to join us, and I'm sure you were all as inspired as I was from Zach speaking on this call. As Marcel mentioned, I do sometimes speak a little bit too quick. I get excited easily when we're sharing good news. So for the interpreters on the call, I'm going to try and keep it balanced as best I can. But if it's too fast, just drop it in the chat box and I'll start to slow it down gradually. Just want to go back as well, just to obviously the awesome Dr. Joshua Plant jumping on all the way from Phoenix, Arizona to launch the brand new products, which I'm fortunate to have in my hands right now. The Isagenix, I think you can see that the sun is beaming here. Maybe a little bit, maybe not, but the Nourish for Life, of course, peach mango flavor, which is, to be honest, it was kind of the perfect product launch. He literally said what it was, he dropped the mic and he disappeared. What else do you need to know about the brand new products? But Marianne is going to show us a quick slide just to kind of just revert back a little bit to that product, because it really is a truly amazing product. As you know, it's one of our core products when you're working on the Shape Day, cleansing especially at the same time as well. So we just want to touch base a little bit back at this particular product itself. As was mentioned earlier, the product itself will be available from Wednesday this week coming. So from Wednesday morning, you'll be able to go into your back offices, you'll be able to purchase this awesome new products. We all love a new product, right? There's not too much more excited than a new product coming to market. The even better news is with all of our new markets that we've opened across Europe over the last couple of weeks, every single market will have this product available for you. So from Wednesday, anyone within Europe, your customers, your associates, your team builders will be able to purchase this particular product as well. The good news as well is it's exactly the same price in your markets as our current Nourish liquid that you guys have had for some time. So no variation in pricing. You will get 2 of these containers that will fulfill your needs for the whole 30 days, roughly, I believe. So that will be coming your way. So again, just go into your back offices, and then from Wednesday, you'll be able to purchase that as a new product. Again, I'm not a nutritional expert. We have people on our team, such as Dr. Joshua Plant, to really break down the ingredients of what we have. But we've also got Rebecca Hairsign, who is our awesome product nutritionalist for our European region. She's an amazing lady. The good news with Rebecca is she goes live every Wednesday, 12 p.m. UK time, noon, lunchtime. So hopefully many people on their break. She will be going into the product in great detail. So make sure, again, just take a note, Wednesday, Facebook Live into the business groups, 12 o'clock, Rebecca will be going in deep into the product to really give you that depth of quality within the ingredients that we have for this product. So yeah, exciting news. If you're excited about the peach mango, I've had some associates already say it reminds them of peach snaps. If peach snaps may be one of your favorite tipples, who knows? But the benefits, the side effects are slightly different to that. So you will obviously enjoy that new product. Okay, so moving on to topic, our final topic before we hand back over to Marcel. What's really great about this call, we've had a new product, we've had some key core ingredients breaking down by Dr. Joshua Plan. We had longevity from Zach, which was truly inspiring, but now we have focused more European leadership wise. And this is where we're going to go into our European leadership panel. So we have 3 amazing people that are going to be sharing their top tips for success. I'm hoping you've still got your pen and paper to hand maybe. Again, watch the recording another time. It's live already in Facebook, so it's already there for you. But these guys are really going to be sharing some top tips on the success. 3 associates, as I mentioned, 1 from the UK, 1 from the Netherlands, and 1 from Belgium as well. And they come with vast experience, not only with Isagenix, but network marketing in general, which is amazing. They've done the do. They've taken the steps that you guys may just be starting to take, that first initial step with Isagenix or within network marketing. These guys have been there, they've done it. They've been to events, they've had one-to-one conversations. They're online, they're doing Zoom calls on a daily basis, connecting with new people, but also building successful businesses and supporting others build their businesses as well. So we're going to go for around about 25 minutes with these guys. So I want to introduce them individually first, and each of them will share their story, because some of you may be just getting to know them for the first time. You may not have seen them before at an event or online. So we'll do a quick story from these guys as well. But the first person I would love to introduce is based in the UK, but she comes from, at the moment, sunny Ireland. I want to say sunny because it's sunny in Ireland at the moment, I believe. She's been with Isagenix since the start of the UK market itself, so just over 3 years now in total, but she's now based in London. She is a mum of 2, so she's nice and busy in home life as well as her Isagenix life at the same time as well. She's also had the joy of winning some of our amazing trips that Isagenix puts on offer for all of you. So she's been there, done that, travelled there as well, which is amazing to see. But she also waited patiently for 2 years for Isagenix to launch into the UK market. She got to know Michael Klaus, and Michael said maybe a couple of years. So she waited 2 years before we officially opened the market and she could officially get her hands on the products as well. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome firstly our Crystal Executive, Elaine Diviney, everybody. Elaine, are you there?
I am. Thank you very much, Kevin. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? So yeah, my introduction, you've more or less covered it there, Kevin, but briefly, yes, my name's Elaine Diviney. I'm married to John, and we have 2 boys, Aaron and Shay, and we live outside London. I was introduced to Isagenix by my great friend and mentor, Michael Klaus. We started on the products in May 2017 when they were first introduced into the UK. And I have to admit, I was a skeptical one because I didn't do shakes. So we purchased the Ultimate Pack as we had nothing to lose except weight. And if we didn't like them, we knew we had the option of a 30-day money-back guarantee. So within 10 days of us consuming the products and doing a cleanse, we have never looked back. So it's just part of our everyday family lifestyle of having the Isagenix products in our life. At the time, I was working as a company director, and I was actually building somebody else's dream. And in January 2019, I made the decision to walk away from that position, to be at home with my family and grow my Isagenix business in the nooks and crannies of my time. And I just love it. Thanks, Kevin.
Well, it's great to have you here on our leadership panel. I know you've got some amazing top tips to be sharing with everybody on this call. So thank you, Elaine. The next gentleman, or the gentleman I'd like to bring onto our panel, is a 5-star Golden Circle, 5-star Crystal Executive leader in the Isagenix business. Comes all the way from Belgium, has built a global business with Isagenix, and he's like a steam train. The momentum, believe me, is not stopping. More coal is going onto that fire. That train is moving throughout the world with Isagenix and network marketing. Not only was he our 2019 Global Isagenix Leader of the Year, he is the first person that has ever repeated that feat. Again in 2020, a couple of weeks ago, he was again a winner of the International Global Leader of the Year. It shows the consistency, the success, the hard work this man has put into not only his business, but other people's business at the same time as well. So without further ado, please make some noise for the amazing Michael Bockaert, everybody. Michael, are you there?
Yes, Kevin, thank you so much. Thank you, Kevin, for the introduction and the invitation for sure to this panel. ISO people, what's up? Okay, let me shortly introduce myself. So I'm Michael Bockaert, I'm 45 years old. I'm from Ghent, from Belgium, and I studied sport and nutrition science at the University of Ghent. So I'm a gym owner and a personal trainer almost 20 years now. I'm also a prep coach for bodybuilders and ladies bikini fitness. So I've been coaching clients, customers, athletes more than 20 years with nutrition and training. Before Isagenix, a lot of my athletes, clients stopped in my coaching section because of the meal prepping with a whole food meal plan. You know, we all have a busy work and family life, and it's not always easy to follow a strict and a severe meal plan. I was introduced to Isagenix by Sander de Bruin from the Netherlands. And I started here in Belgium in April 2018 with no previous network marketing experience at all. Now with the systems of Isagenix, I see that my clients, they have faster and even more important, remaining results because of our balanced nutritional systems. Also regard to my athletes, to my competitors, I can put them on stage with a much more shredded physique. They have less post-competition stress, better hormone levels, and less rebound effect. Also, business-wise, for sure, it has been really a game changer. Before Isagenix, I was working really long hours, 100 hours a week, no free time, close to burnout, no time to travel. Now, already after 2 years network marketing, I replaced my income with Isagenix, which took me 20 years as a gym owner. And I'm close to 7,000 team members in my team now. Also, I have more quality in life. I traveled more. Last year, I won 5 international trips, all paid by the company. So as a result, I'm really excited to build a huge international team, especially now with all the new European markets are open. And like Eric Hoover always says, let us own the space of wellness. Thank you.
Awesome. It's great to have you on our leadership panel, Michael. Appreciate you jumping on board with us today. And finally, all the way from Netherlands, an amazing young lady that's joining us on our leadership panel here today. She is a crystal executive in the business, but the energy, the passion, and the authenticity of this lady is truly inspiring to many. She's got a key focus working on the young demographic, which we would call our start group. So this is a start group from the age of 18 to 35. Again, if you're a little bit older, like myself, cross that threshold, it's still okay. You can still kind of be involved with some elements of start, it's fine. And we take it gracefully is all I can say. But she's built a very successful business, not just in her own home market, but again, that global area of all the markets available across the globe with Isagenix at this time as well. So again, it's going to be very informative from this lady, but please welcome Lisanne Millionaire, please, everyone.
Thank you so much for having me, and what an incredible day it's been so far already. Really epic to be here. So yeah, before Isagenix, I've always been self-employed. I've hustled my way through life, from a professional dancer into personal training, into life coaching. And I found myself at a place of like exhaustion, always bloated, always tired, spinning my wheels. And I desperately desired to make more impact, but also to make more of an income without sacrificing my health even further. So then Isagenix started coming on my radar from like many different angles. And I was next level skeptic, hard no, I'll never do that, all the things. But then because it kept on coming across me, and I heard that people were saying, like, if you ever do network marketing, do it with Isagenix. They're the Rolls Royce in the industry. And that stuck with me. So I decided I only know what I know. Let me have a look. I can always learn more. And the deeper I looked, the better it got. So I got started on the day that we opened in the Netherlands over 2.5 years ago. And within a week and a half, I came back to life. I was in the gym again, rather than like throwing my energy, because I had so much energy, rather than dragging myself there because I had to be the example and keep training. And from there on, I just became a walking, talking billboard for everything Isagenix, and I have been since then. I went on to build an incredible business, traveling full time for a year around the globe, having my Isagenix business as well as my life coaching business. And that really had me fall in love with the community, and especially the Start Your Life community for young people. And what an incredible gift we have within Isagenix of every single possible angle. And that actually had me come back, because I saw what we're doing in Europe. I was like, Isagenix has done it everywhere else in the world. I can only imagine what's going to happen in Europe. And so about 1 year ago, I moved back, and it's been the best decision ever since to go all in. And yeah, excited for the future.
Well, it's great to have you on our leadership panel as well, Lisanne. So thank you for joining us. Let's get started. Okay, I'd like to direct a question to yourself, Elaine, first. As we know, of course, a lot of people have recently got started with Isagenix, and they're, again, just taking their first steps into the business opportunity. Is there kind of any key tips or advice you would have when you're getting someone started for that first time? So kind of looking at that enrollment process, the tools, etc., that are available. Do you have a process that you use to get people started?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, actually, Kevin, it really depends on where that person is at. You know, if they've never heard of the Isagenix products before, or heard of Isagenix, if they've actually used the products and had an amazing experience, and then they want to share with friends and family, and if they wish to build a business. So that's kind of the three areas that, you know, we see, you know, coming in at this stage, because there is everybody's in a different area in the life or time life with Isagenix. And especially now with the new markets, it's all about the majority has never heard of Isagenix before. So let's start with who has never heard of Isagenix. What I personally would do, and we've been coached to say, is like, tell your story and how it's helped you and how it's helped many others. We have the most amazing tools at our fingertips. And at the moment, what I've been using, we had the business app, and now we've got the Penny app. For some of the markets that do not have the Penny app or the business tools, go to YouTube and search for how Isagenix works, and share the video with your new people, because you don't have to know everything. We have got the experts in the field that are doing that for us, and that's why we can get started straight away, because you've got the tools there. Then once they have looked at the video, it's then about the time, most questions that come by, I've done a few notes to keep myself on track, and how they get started, how they can get on the products, and the other questions, how much does it cost? I then go back to the person, whether it's through phone call, Zoom. I like to speak to them, to hear with them and hear where they're at, and I ask a few questions, see what they're looking to achieve, what products and price that they're looking for, checking if they have any health issues. Always ask that question, because we're not doctors, we're not nutritionists, so always ask that question as well. And then just check on what's going to suit their lifestyle and their budget. So that's the principles of getting, you know, finding out, getting them started. Once they have decided what pack they'd like to do, I normally then would send them another app as the pack pricing. So you can share that as well. Again, that's all there in your back office, and also in the Penny app. So the price is there, so you be transparent, you know. But initially, I always start off with how Isagenix works, because you're planting the seeds. I don't go in with price point, because everybody's got a budget, everybody's got a price point. Once they've then decided on which pack they'd like or product, I create their cart in the back office. We are very fortunate here that we can actually share then the link via the Isa Life app. Some markets don't have that yet, so at the moment, you know, you can enroll them in your back office. I can still enroll someone here over the phone if needs be. So everything's very, very simple. But what I do, I then share the link to that person, to the messenger. They literally click on the link to the products that they have chosen, and they actually sign themselves up. So it's very, very safe, and they are in control. They can actually add products, they can take out products, they can move things around as well. They're in control. Then what normally happens then, they have an amazing experience. They look good, they feel good, and I also at this point, or even before any of that, I always let them know that they can get their products paid for. Because that's where, by sharing, we get our products paid for. So I've been on these products now, me and my husband and family, and we haven't paid for our products, I think, for over 2.5 years, because we're just sharing the Isagenix products. Okay, so I'm just going back to my list. Products and Isalife app, and so then I do let them know there's a way to get the products paid for. When that person has had a great experience, it is always natural for the people around them to notice they've got weight loss, they have more energy, they start to ask them questions. Again, use the tools again. We have a brilliant video now that explains the process: you share, they share, by the great Kevin Denham, who's on the call. So well done, Kevin, on the presentation for that. It's really, really good. So we're just sharing that. Again, duplication. So if they then, they show how to get that done. And then if they want to move on further, they want to get the products paid for, and they also want to earn another extra income. So they may have their day job, but they want to have another side hustle coming in. Again, I go back to the Penny app, and in there, we have got all the videos. And we have got a great video created by Eric Coover himself. It's a 2-part video. The first part is showing how you get your products paid for straight away, the right now money. And then the second video is showing the residual part, the leverage, and how we earn throughout the years by staying active, loving the products, and being consistent in your business. So that's how I basically use the tools, because the tools are there. It saves time, it's professional, and you just, because that's what it is, people are having, say they don't have the time. Well, Isagenix has made that so easy for all of us.
That's awesome. Thank you for that, Elaine. And I really like the aspects where you commented kind of about, it's kind of a system that you have in place, a process, but important about that duplication, because it's best to simplify that initial process. And if you can duplicate that to your team, I'm sure that works benefits as well, yeah?
Yeah, totally, Kevin. Duplication is key, because you want, anybody's coming. So a girl started a couple of weeks ago. Again, she's everything that I've run through there, she's done that. She went consultant within a week. She's helping people, and they're just keeping the duplication. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel has been created by Isagenix. We have everything there. We've got the tracks to run on. We just use what we have been given because they are fantastic, and we just have to do the do by sharing. So again, duplication.
Perfect. Thank you, Elaine, for that. Just to kind of follow on to that kind of question that I shared with Elaine about the getting started, there's that next phase. It's that next 30 days, which is key part of the journey for people just getting started with Isagenix. So, Michael, I'd like to ask you that question. Why is it the 30 days, those first 30 days for someone coming on board as a product user or business builder? Can you just share how you work those 30 days when people join your team?
Yeah. For sure, Kevin. So the first 30 days, the first month as a customer, and then people, the fortune is in the following up. So it's really, really important to follow up on your customers. Why? Because you want to have, they have good results. You want to have amazing results. Why? You want to have, they have amazing results because they start sharing. So it's very important, especially in the first 30 days, to follow up on your customers. What I do on day one, the day their boxes arrive, I call them. I do a full explanation of the system, and I answer all their questions. I also put them on the IsaBody challenge, very important. Put everybody on the IsaBody challenge. So we load up their pictures, and I explain how the Isalife app works. So that's on day one, when the boxes arrive. Next step, on day three. On day 3, I call them or I text them, hey, everything okay? How can I support you? Do you have any questions? Then the next time, the next moment is on the day they cleanse, they do the detox. For example, on day 5 or 4, it doesn't matter. I try to encourage them through the day. And then at the end of the day, I call them and say, hey, Kelly, you did it. You nailed it. Now you will really feel the benefits of this amazing system. You're up now to a healthier lifestyle. I'm very proud of you. So very important, on the day they cleanse, reach out to them. And then at the end of the week, the end of the first week, that's when the magic kicks in. They will have the first results, like more energy. They have better sleep. They drop some weight. They have better recuperation. And then I asked to Kelly, you already have these amazing results after only 1 week. Would you be open to share it with your friends who can also benefit from these amazing results? And that's when the duplication starts. Thus, at the end of the first week, you reach out, you already have amazing results, better sleep, more energy, you lost some weight. Would you be open to share? And then in week 2 and week 3, I call them like twice a week. I call them, I text them, hey, everything okay? Do you have any questions? How can I support you? And then we have the last week of the first month. I call them. I say, hey, Kelly, what's the plan for next month? We're going to do the same system, maybe other flavors, other systems. We'll see how it works. And then in the following months, so after the first month, in the following months, month 2, month 3, I approach them like once a week. I call them, I text them, I say, hey, Kelly, are you okay? Everything fine there? How can I support you? And again, people, Isagenix is not a quick fix. It is for sure a lifestyle. It's balanced food for life. And you also want customers for life. Yes, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely, Michael. Great example there of how to really have a system. But why is it so important to have a system in place?
It's really important to have a system in place because it's duplication. Like Elaine just told before, if you do it like this and you duplicate it to your team, to your customer, it will be possible to do the same. So make an easy system. Our coaches, Zach and Slobin, they make amazing systems for us. And that's when it's easy to duplicate. So on day 1, day 3, detox, follow the system to your team, to your new customer, and then teach them to do the same. That's why it's so important to have a system. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael. So we've kind of got that getting started. We've got that initial 30 days. I just want to turn it over to Lisanne. I know we've spoken, Lisanne, and your passion with the START group, for example, is hugely inspiring to so many. I mean, the dedication you put there is huge. But how did you kind of become aware of the START program, and how do you utilize that START program when working with, again, that younger demographic, those 18 to 35-year-olds?
Yeah, definitely. So for me, like getting started, I remember at the opening of the Netherlands, standing in the back of the room with Tom Barendrecht, who is like one of my START buddies from Rotterdam. And we were like, oh my God, we need that movement here. And we both made it our dedication to grow Start Your Life in Europe. And it really started landing in myself when I was traveling full-time for that year. And I came in Bali and I went into the Start Your Life Facebook group and I searched Bali, and there was a girl that was apparently living there. And I messaged her, total random stranger. Only thing we had was Isagenix Start Your Life in common. And I was like, let's just catch up, work together, do something to kind of just connect. And she ended up becoming one of my best friends. We lived together for 3 months in Bali. We worked together. We hosted events together. We built a community together. And I really realized, like, especially like traveling, like it can be really lonely. And having community all over the world, wherever I got, whether it was in the US, Australia, like Bali, everywhere I come, there is this support system and there's this Start Your Life community. And that was just something that I realized, like, many millennials, many young people all around the world are really craving that connection. We are really craving that community and a safe place where we can all be uplifted and create a better world, create a better future for all of us together. Because like Zach was sharing, like we look at like life and the trajectory, whether it's successful or getting older, it doesn't look like something really exciting or attractive for most people. And I was just like looking at that future and I was like, that's not for me. What else is possible? And then you see the whole Instagram lifestyle, and the reality for a lot of people living that, it's not actually that great, as I came to see up close from working with influencers and all of that. So really what I saw in I Start Your Life is that it brings everything together. Yes, the residual income, the impact, the community, the support system, the contribution beyond ourselves. Like, whoever you ask within the community of Start Your Life, everyone is always there to support you, whether they're linked to you financially, whether they've never met you before, it doesn't matter. We're all here to lift each other and the world up. And that is something that, especially in today's day and age, is so needed, and everyone is craving it. So yes, we have the amazing health and we have the amazing opportunity, but what Start does really well is that bringing together something that is unique. And what I then do with my team is really creating that. So we have Side Hustle Saturdays, where we once every 6 weeks, we come together. Yes, we do training and we work, but then we also do something fun. And we have power hours. So I host like 5 days a week, we host power hours where we come together. 10 minutes or so is just like touching base or doing some training. And then for 30 to 40 minutes, we just hustle and work. But it's such an inspiring, uplifting energy that gets everyone engaged. And I now have people joining really for the community. They're not there, yes, they're loving the products, but they're like, I want what you have. And because we're living as an embodiment and an example of this is what's possible, and we're raising the bar out of the 9 to 5, out of the settling for certain things, we're like, no. We want to live our best life and not wait until retirement or wait until we have whatever. It's now. Like, life is now, and we want to live it to our fullest now while creating a better world, all of us together. So that's really what, there's a few things, is team get-togethers, plugging them into the community, and really living as that pillar of possibility. As Anna Richards always says, really standing fully in and living the thing that we're wanting others to teach.
No, absolutely. I love that inspiring statement where you say living life now, which is absolutely key. It's amazing how quick 25 minutes can go, I'm just saying, because I've got so many questions that I could be asking each of you individually onto this particular call. But if the people on the call, if you would love me to maybe have a conversation with Lisanne, Elaine and Michael to maybe do another panel call at some point over the coming weeks, we can maybe open that to a Q&A if you guys are up for that. They're all nodding, so I think I'm getting a yes. Just put it into the chat box if you'd love to see an additional add-on to this panel call. We'll see what we can arrange for you, because I mean, there's so many more takeaways that we could get from Michael, Elaine and Lisanne. Just from myself, guys, Michael, Elaine, Lisanne, huge thank you for joining us on the leadership panel here for our Zoom call today. Thank you again for always spending a little bit of time to not only support your own businesses, but supporting other businesses at the same time as well. Lots of love going in the chat box. So it looks like we're going to be doing that call soon, guys, just so shortly. But thank you so much. I'm going to hand back over. That's it from me. I'm going to hand back over to the amazing Marcel.
Thank you, Kev. I fully agree. Great idea to have in the future a new panel with these 3 amazing people, because I think they have great stories and I think we can all learn from them. And I agree with you also, time is flying if you have fun, because 2 hours are already over. So one question to everybody, put in the chat box, what is your takeaway of today? So, and if you put it in the chat box, not only to the panelists, but all panelists and attendees. So put something in the chat box. I can see what you think, what your takeaway of today is. I see from Leonard, small activities and do. Nina, create income for life. Sophie, she said, thank you. That's also nice. Ooh. There's an Olikimi, give it me all. Mindy, Michael's list of things to do. So you see a lot of things in the chat box. So I think everybody enjoyed the afternoon. So we are now at the end. I want to thank you all. We had a great afternoon, amazing speakers. We started with our general manager of UWIP, Sophie Zielman, with her view and vision about UWIP. Then we had Dr. Joshua Plant about the Isagenix tree, and he launched, of course, the new product. Unfortunately, we lost connection with him, but I think Kev did also a great job to explain a little bit more about the product. Then, of course, we had Zach Slobin about his vision and about longevity. And then, of course, the great story from Tania Rosser. Of course, the panelists, what I said, Elaine, Lisanne, Michael, great job, thank you again. And then I will also to thank to all translators, because this was the first time we did it, but I think it is not an easy job to do translation for so many different speakers. Somebody is talking very slowly, the other one is quick. It is maybe not the business you understand, but I think you did a great job. Of course, also thank to all the executives attending this training. And then, of course, I want also thank all the people from corporate, because I know they are working very hard the last couple of weeks with the integration from Zita in Isagenix. Then, of course, the events team, Christina, Mariana, and Elena. And a huge shout out to Mariana, because she is behind the scenes. She is doing an incredible job. So Mariana, thanks again, because you are doing fantastic. And then, of course, the last group I want to thank, that are my friends from the sales team, Jarlene, Wafa, Kevin, and Nicole, because I think we have a great sales team. And now, call to action. It's always at the end of meetings from Isagenix, or if it is a live or an online event, that we have call to action. And the first call to action is David Wood. David Wood, and if it's okay, there is a slide. So I want to ask you all now, you put pen and paper or your agenda, your mobile phone, and you put with red letters, very big red letters, the 5th and 12th of September in your agenda. You see the time, it is 2 to 5 p.m. in the afternoon for the UK, and otherwise 3 till 6 p.m. for the other European markets. But there is no excuse not attending this training, because everybody who attend this training shall agree with me, you have to be here. And not only you have to bring your teammates. Last year, David was in the UK and also in the Netherlands for a training, and in that training we promised, everybody promised, you have 2 hands and you bring next year on each hand 2 new team members to this training. So I expect a lot of trainings, because it will help yourself in your personal development, it will help your business, and also it will help the business of your team. So this is a no-go. You have to be on this training. And then as last call to action is, we have the launch of a new product. And I think it is great, because it is the global bestseller. It is now no bottle, but in power. So it is easy to take with you. It has a great taste, peach mango. And you heard already from Dr. Plant how important it is to have cleanse days. So for me, next week, the 5th of August, this product is available. And I think you have to go to your back off, as you have to buy 3 pieces. 1 for yourself, because you have to use it for yourself, because if you want to sell it in the future, you will have to know how it is working. Then you have to buy 1 to share with other people. And the other one is, you have already, is there somebody you want to buy it very quick, you can sell it to this person. So 3 pieces from of the 5th of August. That was it. It was the 2nd online ISA Academy of the year. I think we will have more this year. I really like it. I wish you all the best. Enjoy the weekend. Good luck with the business, and we see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.